Hello everyone, welcome to Tech and Target. I am Hemant. So this is the fourth video of the InfyTQ coding preparation series. So without any further delay, let's get started. The name of the question that we are trying to solve today is the largest even number. The problem statement goes like this. So the problem statement says, so you will be given with a string which is a mixture of letters, integers and special characters. So that will be provided, from which you have to find the largest even number after removing the duplicate digits. So if an even number is not formed, then you have to return -1. So the first thing is, so as an input, you will be provided a string. So that will be containing either letters, either A, B, C until Z, or integers, which will be from 1, 2, 3, or -1, -2, -3, or whatever it is. And also special characters. Special characters can be like dollar symbol or symbol, etc. So those all things will be provided to you as an input as a string in a string format. And what you have to do is, so from that string, you have to find the largest even number after removing all the duplicate digits, right? Now, if there is no even number present in the given string, then you have to return -1. So you have to print the maximum even number or the largest even number if there exists, or if the even number if doesn't even exist, then you have to print -1. So this is the problem statement that they have given. So let us try to see some examples and understand it much better way. Now, the first input says the given string is Infosys at 337. So as you can see, so what is the approach that we are going to follow here is, so we will start looping from the first letter or the first character of the string, and we will check if that given letter is a digit or not, right? If that is a digit, we'll create a list, we'll create an array list, and we will keep on adding that element to our array list, right? If that is not a digit, then we'll just directly ignore it, because we just want to tell which is the largest even number, right? So we don't have to worry about letters and special characters there. All right, now, so as we see, so the first letter of the string is I, so which is not a digit, so we'll not worry. So we'll go on to the next character. So the second character is again N, which is not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character F. F is also a alphabet, so we'll move on to the next character, which is O. O is also not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character, which is S. S is again not a digit, we'll move on to the next character. Y is also not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character. S is also again an alphabet, so which means it is not a digit, so we'll move on to a next character. And we see that the next character is @ right? So now this is also not a digit, so we will move on to the next character. Now, if you see here, the next character is 3, which is actually a digit. Now, whenever you come across a digit, the first thing that you have to do is, so basically we will be keep holding of one more variable called as is even, and we will be initializing it with false. So this we are doing it because, so the condition there says if the even number does not exist, then we have to return -1. So we will check. So we will check if there is at least one even number, one even digit present in the given string. If there is no even digit present in the given string, then we will directly print -1. So if there is no even digit present in the given string, then we will directly print -1. Or else if there is any even number present in the string, then we will try to print the largest even number that will be possible. So for that reason, we will keep hold of a variable called as is even. Now we will initially create a list, right? And also is even, so which will be initialized to false. All right. Now what we will see now. So as we see this character, now what we have to do is, since this is a digit, we will first check whether the list is already containing this element or not. If the list is already containing this element, then we will not add this particular digit to the list. Or if this digit is not contained in the list, then only we will add this current digit to our list, right? Because they are telling you after removing the duplicate digits. So duplicate digits are not allowed. So for that reason, before adding the current digit to your list, we will check whether this digit is already present in the list. If the digit is already present in the list, we will ignore that digit. Or if the digit is not present in the list, then we will add this digit to the list, right? Now we see that 3 is not present in the list, so we will add 3 to our list. Now we will move on to the next letter. Next character is 3, which is again a digit. Now if the current character is a digit, what we have to do? If the current character is a digit, now we will go ahead and we'll check in our list whether 3 is already present or not. So if it is present, you just have to ignore it, right? Now we see that 3 is already present in the list. So to avoid duplicates, we will ignore this character also. Now we will move on to the next character, which is 7. So now we see that 7 is also again a digit. So whenever you come across a digit, you will check whether that 7 is present in the list or not. So we see that 7 is not present. So if it is not present, you will add that 7 to your list. Now, so while after adding the element to your list, you also update is even also. Whenever you come across any digit which is even number, then you will update it to true. But since all the numbers or all the digits that we have seen are all odd, so we will not update is even, right? Now, since we are done moving, iterating all the characters of this given particular string, now what we have to do is we will now check if this is even is true or not. So if this is even is still false, if is even is still false, we will directly print -1, because so this says that even if we try to construct a number from these digits, so if we try to construct digits from these digits, what will happen? So we will will be able to get 37, or we will be able to get another number which is 73. Both of them are not even. So for that reason, since there is no even digit present in the list, now what we will do, we will directly print -1 according to this condition. If even number is not formed, then we have to return -1. All right. So with that condition, we will say if there is no even digit in the given list, if there is no even digit present in the string, then you will directly print -1 without any further processing. Now, so if there is, if is even is set to true, then we will have to do some more computations that we will see in the next example. Now, right, if is even is false, then we will directly print -1, or else we'll have to do some computations that we will see in this given example. Now, see. So in this example, since is even is false, we'll directly print -1. So that's the reason the output is being set as -1 in this case. All right. Now we'll move on to the second input. So in the second input, we will loop on from the first element or first character of the given string, and we will check whether that character is a digit or not. And this process continues. Now we'll see that H is okay. So as said, we'll create a list. We'll create a list first. Then we also create a is even Boolean variable, and we will initialize that to false. Now we see that the first character is not a digit, so we will ignore this. Now we'll move on for the next character. So this is also not a digit, so we will ignore it. Now we'll move on for L. L is not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character. The next character is again L, which is not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character. So O is again not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character. Hash is again not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character. But the next character is 8. 8 is a digit. Now, whenever you come across a digit, what you have to do? You have to first check whether that 8 is present in the list or not. So we see that 8 is not present in the list, so we will add that to your list. Now, after adding that element to your list, what you have to do, you have to check whether that number or that digit is even or not. So if that is even number, then you will update this is even to true because you have got one even number, right? 8, since 8 is an even number, you will update so is even as true, right? So you have got at least one even number in your string. So whenever you come across any even number, you will update your is even as true, right? Now we'll move on to the next character, which is 1. Now 1 is again a digit. So whenever you come across a digit, what you have to do? You have to check whether the list contains that element or not. Now we see that 1 is not present in the list, so we will add 1 to the list. Now we'll move on to the next character, which is at the rate. Now we see that at the rate is not a digit, so we'll move on to the next character. The next character is 2. We will check in the list. So 2 is not present in the list, so we will add that to our list, right? Now, so we'll add to our list. Now, the next character is 1. So we see that 1 is a digit and 1 is already present in your list. So you don't have to do anything with that digit. We will move on to the next character. Next character is 3, which is again a digit. Now, since it is a digit, we will check whether that 3 is present in the list. So we see that 3 is not present in the list. So if the digit is not present, you will add that digit to your list. Now we'll move on to the next character, which is 4. Now for 4, what we'll do, we'll again check whether 4 is a digit. Yes, it is a digit. So if the current character is a digit, what you will do, you will go ahead to the list and check whether that 4 is present in the list or not. We see that 4 is not present, so we will add that 4 to our list. Now we'll move on to the next character. 9 is again a digit. So since it is a digit, we will check in the list whether 9 is present or not. We see that 9 is not present. If it is not present, you will add it to your list. Right. Now, so now we are done iterating your entire string. So now what we have to do, we will check whether is even is false or not. So if is even is false, then we would have directly printed -1. But since we have got at least one even number, so it was updated to true. Actually, there are 1, 2, 3. So 3 even numbers are there. So with the help of these numbers, the is even has been set to true. Now, since there is at least one even number or one even digit present in the string, and even number can be generated from the given string, digits, so you will not print -1, but you have to print the largest even number possible with these 5 digits, right? So possibly, so what will be the largest number possible with this list? So how can we write that? So firstly, so to generate the largest even number, the first thing that what we will do is, so we will sort this list according to the decreasing order, right? Now, what will happen if we sort this according to the decreasing order of the digits? First 9 will come, then there will be 8, then there will be 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, so can we print the elements one by one as an output for our question? So if we print elements one by one, what will happen? 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. But so do you think this is the right option? This is the right answer? No, it is not, because they are telling you to print the largest even number and not the odd number. So we see that if we print the largest number that is possible with this set of numbers or this set of digits, this would be wrong, because the last digit that we see is not a even number, right? One is not an even number, one is an odd number. So we have to do what? So we want to start. So first we will check whether the last digit is even or not. So if the last digit is even, then you will print this element as your answer. But since this is odd number, what you will do, you will again start looping from the second last element of your array list, and you will keep checking from the second last element to the first element of your array, so where your first even number occurs. Now, whenever the first even number occurs, so you will grab that index and you will swap those two elements, right? Now the first even number is present at this particular index. What you will do, you will swap these two elements, right? Now after swapping, what will happen? So it will be 9, 8, 4, 3, 1, 2, right? So after this, what we will do, we'll create a result string and initialize it with empty string. Now what we will do, we'll take each element of the list and we will append to your result. Now result, so first it will be 9, then 8, so 8 will be added, then 4 will be added, 3 will be added, 1 will be added, and 2 will be added. And now we will print this element, or we'll print this string as a result. So this is how the procedure goes. So if is even is set true, what we have to do, we just have to sort the given array in the, or given array list in the reverse order, or you just have to sort your array list in terms of decreasing order. And after you sort them, you will grab the last digit and you will check whether that digit is even or odd. If that digit is even, then you will directly print that as your result. Or if that digit is not even, if that digit is odd, then what you will do, you will find the first odd occurring, you will find the first even element from the second last element of your array list, and you will swap those two elements. I mean the last element and the first even element from the last, and you will swap those two elements and you will print your answer. So that will be your answer, right? So I hope you were able to understand the approach. Now with that assumption, let's move on to the code. See, so what's happening here in the code, we are taking the string input, which is the only input that we are getting. And as I said, we will keep a Boolean variable is even, and we will initialize that to false. Now we'll create a list to store the elements or digits. Now what we will do, we'll start iterating from the first element of the string, or first character of the string, and we'll move on till the end of the string. And what we will do, every time we will grab a character at that particular index through str.caret_i, then we will check whether that character is a digit or not. If that character is a digit, we will do something. Or if that is not a digit, we'll not do anything, we'll just ignore it. So since if that character is a digit, now what we will do, we will grab that digit and we'll convert that into integer. It was of type char, we will convert that to integer using integer.parseInt, right? So after converting that into integer data type, now what we will do, so after doing that, now we will check whether that list is containing the digit already or not. So this condition is to avoid the duplicates, which is not, the duplicate elements are not allowed in our given string, right? So to avoid that, what we are doing, so we will check whether the list is containing that digit or not. If the list is already containing, we will not do anything. If the list is not containing that digit, what we will do, you will add that digit to our list. Now apart from that, what we are doing, now we are checking whether the digit is even or odd. So if that digit is even, then we are updating is even as true. So this will be repeated for all the characters of the string. And after that, what I've told you, after everything is done, after iterating our entire string, what we'll do, so we'll check whether is even is false. If is even is false, we will directly print -1, because there is no even digit present in the entire string. So since there is no even digit, there is no chance of getting a even number with odd digits, with all odd digits. So we'll say what, so since is even is false, we'll print directly -1. So if that is not the case, if you have come across any one digit which is even, then what you will do, so what I've told you, we just have to sort our list according to the decreasing order of the numbers. So to do that, what we'll do, so you'll use the collections.sort method. So we'll pass the list as a parameter. So because we want the list to be sorted, and we will pass collections.reverse order because we want to get it in a decreasing order. If we want it in increasing order, we would have just passed this list as a parameter. But since we want it in the reverse, since we want it in the decreasing order, we will also pass collections.reverse order as a second parameter. Now we have got the list in the decreasing order. Now what we have to do, we will check the last digit, whether that last digit is a even number or a odd number. If that digit is not, if that digit is an odd number, then we will do something, right? Because if that digit is not, if that digit is a even number, then we could have directly go ahead and will construct a string from that particular list. But since that digit is not odd, I mean, if the since that digit is odd, so what we have to do is we just have to find the index of the even element from the second last element of your array till the first index of your array. Then you have to swap those two elements, right? So the last digit, I mean the last digit of your array list, and that you will swap with the index of the first even appearing element in your array list. Now what we will do, we will start looping from the second last element from your array list if that last digit is an odd number, and you will go on till your first element of your array list, and you will decrement by one at every time. And what you will do, you will grab the current digit and you will check whether the current digit is even. If the current digit is even, what you will do, you will call the swap function with the parameters. So I that with the index where you have got the current element as even number, and you will pass the last index, which is list.size -1, and you will pass list as a parameter because you want to change or swap these two numbers, I mean the elements at these two indexes in the list, right? Now after swapping them, you will directly break from the loop so that you will come out of this loop and you will start constructing your result, right? Now so after doing this, what you will do, you will create a string variable called as result. And what you will do, you will start iterating through your entire list, and you will be just update, or you will be just appending your each digit to your each digit to your result, right? So after you append all the digit to your result, you will finally print that result as your answer. Now I hope you were able to understand this code as well as the approach. Now let's try to run this code and check whether it is running or correctly or not. So as you can see, so the first input is Infosys at 337. So since there is no even digit in this, the answer should have been -1. So it is printing -1. Now, so as we see that there are even numbers in this particular given string, there is 8, there is 2, there is 4. There, the answer would definitely not be -1, and the answer would be something else, right? So the answer is 984312. So which was the expected answer for this particular example. So I hope you were able to understand this algorithm well. So if you did, please like this video and share this video among your friends so that everyone will get idea of how to solve these coding problems which were already asked in InfyTQ previous year. So I hope that would help you. And yes, thanks for watching the entire video. So we'll meet you in the next video. So till then, take care. Bye bye.